Everybody, we are here for Tuesday Talks. Now, Tuesday Talks is all about getting to know an individual and finding out what makes them tick, what do they care about, how their career reflects that, and what motivates them to keep going. Today, we have a wonderful person called Elke. She's an executive performance coach, chief life officer with Mind Valley, helping you boost your business and everyday life and getting you to lead with integrity. So let's get Elka on.
Hello, Elke. How are you doing?
Hello, Zishan. Thank you so much. I'm doing very good today.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
Voice, for
much.
your invitation.
Thank you very much for joining as well and taking the time out for being here.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to share this time with you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. I am so excited as well. This is going to be an amazing episode. Um, so I've shared a small introduction already for you, but you're the best person to expand on that and let everybody know who you are, who are watching now and listening into the future as well, and what you do. And the biggest question that everybody likes to know on Tuesday Talk is, why do you do it, Elka?
The big why. Thank you for your invitation and thank you for saying these beautiful things about me. In a way, they belong to me because this is what I wrote on my Instagram. And the why that keeps me going is because I think all of us are able and have the power within themselves to make the world a better place. And sometimes it needs to be just a little sentence or some impulses or something that you already knew, but someone triggered in you. And this made a click and an aha in a people. And this is why I'm here for, to get this from me to other people, to leaders, because they impact a lot of people. And this is what keeps me going, because during my life, I realized that this is what I'm here for. And this is what unfolds beautifully right now. And this is what keeps me going.
Wow, that's such an amazing to hear that why of yours, to get the people going and get the what I heard there was, to get the inner self out as well, because we all have that, but we lock it away and then we forget about it. We do our daily businesses and then we wonder why. There's more? What's happening? And this is where you come around, right? You're getting us to lead with integrity and helping us boost our everyday life, right? So this is it. So take us through a little bit more of your journey. How did this all started? Is this something was there from the beginning, or is this something you got molded into what we see now?
Of course, it's the story behind my journey. And as Steve Jobs said, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. And it took two crises in my life to get me to the place where I am right now. The first one started when I was 12 years old. I had a sports accident. I wanted to make a somersault, but I didn't complete it, and so my back was broken. And the the doctor said, okay, you have to stay in bed in the hospital for 6 weeks, laying down on a bed without anything else except my will. Okay, I was 12 years old. I loved to dance. I loved to be with my friends. And I said, okay, this is the only way that you can get well again. And so I realized that it was my choice to get up silently, because in a way I was able to move, but they said, okay, you need to lay down, very, very strict, for 6 weeks. And the only thing that brought me to really get this done was my willpower. And so I created a real tough will. At the end of the recovery time, one of the doctors said to me, okay, when you turn 40, you will probably have to sit in a wheelchair. And this changed my way of thinking. So
Wow.
I was 12 years old and I thought, okay, if this is reality, who do I want to be when I turn 40? And I created this woman in a wheelchair with shiny eyes, interested in the people, having stories to tell, having amazing life lived until then. And so I created this person in the future. But I didn't realize what I did. And a lot of people ask me during my life, how can you be so happy on life? And it turned out like a funny answer, but it wasn't. I said, okay, I'm so happy. I'm naturally stoned. Then we laughed, and I ignored the question behind because they asked something else. How can you be so happy? Because I can't. And have you ever been in a situation when you ask yourself, why can someone else handle this situation with ease and with a good result, and you feel you can't? So they saw something in me, but I couldn't realize what it was. And it was a misdiagnosis. I'm 56 right now. I can dance, I can walk, but this wheelchair in my head changed my way of thinking. And so I'm very fast in finding solution. I was always solution orientated. And yeah, then I started a career as a young leader. I was a young woman leading a big team, and the models of leading, they didn't work for me because I was very young and I had a lot of people, and I couldn't guide them with authority. I guided them with personality, and it worked out perfect. And so I thought, okay, what's the difference between the leadership by authority or by personality? And this formed my path. So leadership has always been a topic in my life. And then I got a mom. I got 2 grown daughters. And if you're a parent, you know, leadership is also a very interesting topic as a parent. So leadership as a lifestyle became my kind of message, because if you lead a business or if you lead yourself, it's leadership. And this is my claim: leadership as a lifestyle. It doesn't matter if you lead yourself or if you want to lead someone else. You have to be strict on your path. You have to know yourself. You have to know, love, and trust yourself to be able to lead yourself and then others. And when I turned 50, my husband left, and I was in another big crisis of my life. And after a time of pain and crisis, I realized that I had the opportunity to do what I always wanted to do. When I was in my 20s, I always thought, okay, I want to be a trainer or a coach for a manager, because there's something else. There's more than a business and leadership. There's something more. It has to be connected to their personality. And so I started my career as a coach. And here I am right now, and it really turned out amazing, because I started as a German coach, and then last year I was in a coaching of Les Brown to be a motivational speaker, because I thought, okay, I want to be on stage too, and suddenly I had an international community. I had to network all around the world, and I realized with my German characters, like being very punctual, being very strategic, and things like this, as you all realized too. You didn't have to wait for me.
Yeah. It was perfect.
I can bring this to the world with a kind of giving character, and this is where this led, as you said, to the position where I am right now. I'm a Mind Valley coach. I'm a chief life officer by Mind Valley right now. And this is something I couldn't even imagine. This is where my journey led me to. Yeah.
Wow. I actually, I'm in awe for this amazing journey of yours, and thank you very much for sharing the vulnerabilities there as well. You know, because a lot of people won't share the vulnerability side of it, and I love the ease that you had by just sharing that and being vulnerable. By taking us through from the very beginning to now, and I can see how that has formed the person you are. We have met as well, so I can see that now, and it's when you were sharing the journey about you being at 12 years old and having the back being broken, sports injury there, and then doctors going, by the time you're 40, you'll be on a wheelchair. I mean, for a 12-year-old person to hear that is like, it's enormous, right? So you're already saying to that person, try to just live your life and don't do anything exciting because you're going to be on the wheelchair by the time you're 40. So just live, go whatever you want to do, just go home and sit on a sofa and watch TV, right? So and for you to just turn around and be here now. Obviously you said it was a misdiagnosis, but again, that's also for anybody to hear that is already set them on a path, because you already imagined what that person would look like, right? So you've had already set a path for that person. So this is that path, and this is me on that wheelchair. And for a minute when you were taking me through that story, and I was like, hang on a minute, I've not seen you in a wheelchair. What? So I was waiting for that. I was waiting for what's happened. So that's a miracle story after that. But obviously, it was a mixed diagnosis. Thank God for that. But again, so for you having that journey in terms of the person already thinking of the future being on the wheelchair, turning it around and leading a whole team with personality, you didn't let your personality die, because a lot of time because that bulb would have just turned off for a lot of people. Are thinking, that's my life gone. I need to maybe live on painkillers, maybe do this, and do whatever that would be for a person 12 years old thinking, right? But it's amazing to hear that you kept that personality, and I can vouch for that personality because I've met you and I was like, yeah, you're very upbeat, your sparkles are there, energy is there, and I was like, wow, I'm taken aback with that energy that you had when we met in the events, and I was like, yes, that's amazing. So I can see how you were able to lead the teams at that time, and you now coming back to this journey of helping others to do this. So take us through the journey of your this Chief Life Officer. What does that consist of now that you are doing that with Mind Valley? Is there something you can share?
Yes, of course, because it's a program that's launched officially, and I will go thinking a short time into the past, because it started before it started. Once I was in Israel, in the up in the desert, up on the Dead Sea, and I was meeting with my daughter and my mom for the sunrise, and then the sun rised over Jordan, and I saw Jordan, the red sand of Jordan, and I was attracted, like, I didn't know why. It was a kind of magic. And so I decided I need to know something more about this red sand country, whatever. I didn't know anything about it. And I was so attracted that I decided to go there on my own. And I traveled there some weeks. Some weeks later, I traveled there on my own. My daughters were very upset because they said, are you crazy? You don't know the country, you don't know the language, you don't know the people. If someone is going to whatever do with you, we will never hear anything of you again. I said to them, okay, you're grown right now. Do you remember the times when you did stupid things? And I didn't know them, but I trusted you. And so I ask you to trust me right now. And so I went to Jordan. I experienced this wonderful land, this wonderful country. And it was amazing. So this was the first point to the story. Then in March, there was the A Fest in Jordan.
Oh, yes.
The Mind Valley A Fest happened in Jordan. And when I saw the pictures of the Dead Sea and the red sand and everything, I was so attracted again. I thought, oh my goodness, I love this. And when Ajit and Vision shared that they had launched the CLO program for the first time in Jordan, something else got in resonation with me. And it was the kind of program I always wanted to have as an idea, because the chief life officer is the one who accompanies a client for 1 year. And during this year, other accompanying coaches are there for the client. So they are specialty coaches for health, for business, for exactly the need that the client has. And it's Chief Life Officer as a program for entrepreneurs, for people who really change the world, who have CEOs in their companies, who have people for human resources or everything else, but they don't have anyone who cares for themselves. So it's a real beautiful concept to say, really, you are so important. So it's important that there's someone who cares for your life in the whole circle, about health, about fitness, about relationships, about all areas of life. And when I first heard about this concept, I was really attracted. I thought, this is what I'm here for. And so I applied. And I am one of I think Ajit said there are more than 350 coaches who applied, and now we are 20 coaches for the first batch of 100 CLO clients. Yeah.
Wow, I love that as well. It's an amazing journey of yours. How it's attracted from Jordan and that red sand, right? And so this was how I'm hearing this story is that there was a calling for you already. The direction was showing you this, keep hearing Jordan and keep your compass this way, and which you did. And obviously the CLO program came along, which was launched there first, and you're like, okay, this is it, So and it's an amazing journey of yours. So. And now you're obviously helping others to have that executive performance coaching and everything, right? So you are obviously a very busy person with doing all this. So the first will be, how do you balance your day? What's your recipe for it? Some people like to call it a ritual or routine, whatever you like to call it. What is it?
I tried a lot.
Of course, we all have to try it and see what works for us, right?
Yeah, and something that really works out beautifully and really perfect is the 6-phase meditation, the 6-phase protocol. And I first did I'm doing it for nearly 1.5 years right now, and I tried a lot. During the crisis, when you realize, okay, I need to calm my brain, because a calm mind is the most beautiful gift in life. But in a crisis, you sometimes lose this calmness. And so I realized, okay, it's necessary for me to get on my path again. And so I tried really a lot about meditation, like really weird things, really exciting things, a lot. And then I got to know the 6-phase protocol. And I practice it, and I practice, and I practice, and it has these 6 phases which enable you to design your day, and that's amazing. And this is the beauty about designing your day. You create the results. And if you ask for a secret, this is one of my secrets. Yeah. And as I'm a certified life coach by Mind Valley, and during this certification, we were taught about the 6-phase protocol by Vision. So I already gave my first master classes about the 6-phase protocol. I call it protocol because people say they can't meditate. So it's easier. Yes. And even the Germans, they love a protocol, but they can't adapt so much to a meditation. And I had the last master class was last week. And it's so amazing because now I offered the group to hold them accountable in a Telegram group, and now they share their wins after some days. So the 6-phase protocol is obviously one of the tools that I really recommend to people.
I love this is actually exciting. So you're doing the six phase meditation for a while. Now you're implementing the six phase meditation. Obviously, the spin is that it's a more of a protocol. Because that was my question. That how did you get everybody, especially the CEOs and these top management people, into meditation? Because it's a no for anybody who's an executive, right? Is you mention the word meditation, they like kick you out of the room. You're like, nope, we don't want to see you next time. And so, how was that for you? I would love to know a little bit more. So, how did that work out? How did you change that vocabulary with them?
It was like a kind of experience to when I met someone who was really stressed out, and I thought, okay, what something that could help you is meditation, and it was like a trial to say, okay, would do you meditate? And then they came this nearly aggressive, no, I quit like this. I thought,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
if this doesn't work, let's play with the words because I know the methodology works, and this is
Mm.
what could help. But if the package doesn't fit, I can just get another package. And this is what I did, and this is what really works out perfectly. During the last masterclass, we were 50% women, 50% men, and they loved it because one of the participants, he said something really beautiful. He was his company, I don't know how much employees he's got. He's running a big nearly big company, but he needs a calm mind, and he shared his moments. He shared the ahas of the masterclass, and he looked at us and he said, "That's so incredible because now I win 40 minutes a day, and I lose the bad feeling of not doing my meditation." Wow!
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Wow! It was really
And
stunning. I was really pumped when he said this.
that is. I mean, hearing that, yeah, wow, it is. It's this, it's stunning there that a person can come back and say that after
Mm-hmm.
the aha moment, right? It's amazing. So, in obviously now you have this Telegram group that is going, and your accountability there for everybody to share, their routines, I guess, how the days are going and what they are up to, and if it was stressful, how they overcome it and things like that, right? Um, with yourself, you're obviously had all this journey built for you, not for you, but built. You know what I mean? It was you came up out of that. You were all already led to this path from beginning. Your compass was leading you here, and you as soon as you acknowledge that compass, because I always say, we all have a true north inside of us,
Mm-hmm.
where so the compass of your soul, which is directing you to your true north, is always leading you there. It just depends on your time when you want to acknowledge it, and
Mm.
usually we acknowledge that compass a bit later in life. For some people they think, oh, it's too late. Some people that like, oh, I can't do anything anymore because of responsibilities are now greater. So where do you stand with that, right? As you've already experienced it and you are following your compass of the guidance that you're receiving. So where do you stand for the people who, or what do you recommend for people who realize it's a bit too late? The compass is there and they are being called to do something, uh, and they think they can't do it because of whatever is in their life.
Mm. That's very beautiful what you mentioned because this it's too late is something that's not right in my world. Um, you asked me about something that I would say to someone. It's always you got this. And
Hmm.
if you give someone the belief that they got it, they sometimes trust themselves and they trust their inner voice, and then they get that again. Then they get encouraged to really follow their voice because you can lie to others, but you can't lie to yourself. And if you know that you betray yourself, you know it. You still know it. And so if they try to listen to their inner voice and then get the first results and get the feeling of ease again, this is such a beautiful present that it makes it easy to follow this step. And I've got a German brand. When I was on my path, I thought, okay, I need a brand. And what's my brand? And I used the methodology of reducing it to the max. And I asked myself, okay, when I reduce it to the max, what's my message? And it's trust yourself. And that's my German brand. In German, it's Trau dir. It's a funny grammatical joy. It's in German. It's special because it's got a double meaning. But in English, it's trust yourself. The answers are inside of you. Trust yourself. And this is my message, to follow your path, because it doesn't matter how old you are. You can see people in every age following their path, doing amazing things because they are right for them.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. Therefore, and I'll say to everybody who's listening to this now, is if you are one of those, or someone who is, just thinking about it and saying to themselves like, okay, it's maybe too late for me. It's never too late. I love that you just shared that by saying trust yourself and follow the path. And it just reminded me of Colonel Sanders from this KFC guy who opened his restaurant at very late. He was in his 60s, I believe. I might be wrong, but that's what I've heard, that he was in his 60s when he started his restaurant. And everybody now knows that restaurant, right? So it's a major brand that everybody now knows. Steve Jobs, for example, as well, he created this Apple brand because even though it wasn't working out when he joined the company, he was sacked from his own company, and then he was brought back in because he was still following his path. He was honest to himself. He knew that he wanted it. He knew that what he could do to change. And I love that you share that, you can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. So you think of that as well, by refusing to follow the path which is inside you, or something which is, you're feeling it, there's more to what you are just doing now, and you're refusing to acknowledge it, you are obviously lying to yourself. And also, what you're stopping from happening as well, in terms of the big thing that should have happened to you, where you would have been if you're looking to be successful, whatever that successful means for you, because everybody has a different perception of success. So what that success looks like for you, you would never know, because you never explore that part of the other side that we're saying there's more to life than what I'm doing. Okay, what is that more to life that I'm doing? You need to start exploring, right? And hence, in the times where the world was so big, there were so many explorers. Why were there explorers? Because they knew there was more out there than where they were, right? And then there were people just exploring out there, the seas, the land, and everything. To the point now we know the world is so small now because we are so connected, right?
In one way, but it's there's so much more to explore, and
exploration is still going.
Yeah. Yeah. You
were saying, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I just wanted to add this, that there's always something to explore. And even if we think that we know a lot, I love the speed of knowledge right now, because it challenges us, and it needs a leader with integrity, because the technology is so fast, and the technology is so evil if someone wants to use it evil. So it really needs people who want to serve humanity and to lead with integrity. So we have to follow up with ourselves, with our humanity, and this is the area we need to explore right now, in my mind.
It's actually so true that and you're mentioning that, to explore the humanity side of things, in terms of where we are. Even though we are so connected, we are still apart, because we are leading. We've been taught since we start working and all of a sudden, that the life is so hectic. If you live in the cities, for example, and if you are in higher positions, you are always on the go. And if you're stopping, you're weak, there's something wrong with you, why are you stopping, you can't stop. And hence you see these CEOs and anybody in a higher position always on the go, even though if they're on a vacation or holiday, have their phones with them or working still. And this is where and I'm thinking, what you're just saying, by connecting with humanity and everything, is to connect with others and slow down and say, how's your day? What did you do that was so interesting today? And find out what the employees are doing, right? How is it working for them? What they find so interesting about working for the company, because every employee has a different perspective of the company, even though you have a brand mission or whatever that is, right? And an agenda and a goal, but everybody is following that goal of your company with a different perspective. It's great to connect with the employees and find out what that is. How do you resonate with this company, and maybe see where the majority lies and work with that as well to connect. I come from a corporate background, and there was a time I was in the same ladder of just go, 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 go. And a lot of time, what would happen is I would end up ignoring my own teams who were there, but just because I needed to meet certain goals and targets and work on the future and forecast as well what was happening in a couple of years time and next year, 6 months, you know how that world works. It's quarters and half a years and all that. So I have to work on that. So ideally there was like never time to have that connection, right? Until I decided to, hang on a minute, I need to actually take a step back and connect with everybody now. So I was spending time with my team, but it would be quick chat, and which wasn't really connecting, right? And they didn't feel connected to me either at that point. And I would sometimes come across very aggressive because that's how my conversation would be, because I'm on the clock, so I'm doing this, everything is being timed. I still do everything on time, but that's, it's turned into scheduling. So everything is scheduled. If it's not scheduled, it doesn't get done. I'm not creating a list, because if it's on a list, that means it's just on the list. It's on a paper, and that means it's going to happen whenever it's going to happen. So schedule is going to get a time. It's going to get done. But I love that you mentioned that, have that human connection of understanding of why your employees and your team is helping you achieve what is initially your goal first. And then you have all these people helping you achieve that goal. The bigger picture of the company as well comes from them, right?
Absolutely. But sometimes this clarity gets lost, and this is so funny, because when you spoke, I created a VIP day, a VIP intense, and it's called Remember. And just the 3 topics is remember, value, vision, and mission, redesign. But when you are ready to get to the next level, and reconnect to yourself. So this is the remember. All these areas attached to something you mentioned before, and this is it's a 1 day intense. So you can really focus and look which direction you need to go right now to get this ability back to talk to your employees. Because if you lose this connection, you lose everything at the end.
Oh, wow. That's actually very interesting that you have this acronym. We say remember. So it's and taking us through that as well is interesting. And is that something you are launching, or is it launched already, or are you currently working with your current clients that you already have?
I'm launching it because I got this idea when I reflected on the needs that I realized. I thought, okay, it's somehow in a way to remember, and then I got these steps. So I'm working on this to launch it. During the next weeks. So I'll start I think I'll start at the end of the year with a special offer, and then I will offer it during the whole year, because the topics are so right. I feel right now they are so needed, and the 3 different layers, they are really, when I talk to some of my clients, I said, okay.
I know. I this is going to be 100% success, because if it was available during my time, it would have been a different situation, because it's how the system is designed for us. It's just like go, go, go. Even though we personally feel like we want to connect, but we can't sometimes because we are so tunnel vision with, and that's what it was. It was a tunnel vision of, this is the goal, and you keep racing to that goal, and you come to that goal, you are given another goal, and you like keep going, and because of that, you are a tunnel vision, and then you forget how many other people are actually with you at the same time, coming at the same time, and they are also motivating you and taking you through and celebrating you as well at the same time, but you are not noticing it because you are just tunnel vision. I love that. So you're going to help everybody reconnect, and get back to connecting as well. Look forward to that launch. Anybody who's listening to this, should reach out to you. So, which brings me to, how can people reach out to you if they wanted to connect with you?
If they want to connect with me, they can do it via Instagram, of course, or via my website. I'm launching, as you asked, on the 1st of January, I'm launching my membership. And this will also be a very, very amazing way to connect, because it's a membership that's created to empower your mental fitness. It's called the Mental Fitness Lounge, and it's very easy to find. So if you go to www.change.club, now it's coming soon page, but the www.change.club will be the page where you can always find the Mental Fitness Lounge. And this is the way to enter into my world and to see what I do and to get the benefit, because I think the mental fitness is the power that we really need to improve, the mental power empowers you to get things done in your life, and it will be a wonderful variety of things. I'm really happy to create this at the moment, and it's very fun, and I love this. And even the Mental Fitness Lounge was a baby that was always was there before, and I was thinking about doing it in English or German, and this mind things that happen, and now I decided, okay, I'm going to do it like this, and it will start on the 1st of January.
Wow, I can't wait. I will definitely recommend everybody who is listening to this episode to check it out and keep an eye out. I'm sure you'll update the link on your Instagram bio as well, so you will be there. And if you're on LinkedIn, and connect that way as well. I'm sure people will be able to do that. But Instagram, if you are able to connect on Instagram, follow and all that, it's great. I'm so excited to actually to find this out, that you're launching all these things, and I'm looking forward to hearing a bit more about how that goes through. So hopefully, this time next year we'll get you back on again and hear all the success stories and ups and downs, because that's inevitable. That will happen. There'll be ups and downs. So to see how that was for you. So I mean, we should be wrapping this up shortly, but as before we do that, is there a certain routine? I know you shared the morning one, your 6-phase protocol, as you like to say. But what about throughout the day? How do you handle your motivation for the throughout the day? Like, let's say if things are not going your way, which happens to quite a lot of people. It's not going their way. So what do you do or recommend?
I know struggles too. So as all of us are already now, the launch of the membership, it was like with ups and downs, and this is what life gives to us, and this is exactly what lets us grow, because there's always something to learn. And about the things, the motivation and everything that keeps going is the biggest goal. Because if the bigger the goal and the bigger the intention is, the smaller the stones are that you have to cross or maybe walk around. So I really love to have a big vision and connect myself to the vision. And sometimes I realize that if I think about a struggle, it's just another opportunity to grow and to really have peace with the situation and learn, and don't get into silly struggles anymore. So it's something to ask myself, and this is a question for everyone who listens, will I think about this next year? Is it so hard? Is it so important that I will remember this situation in 12 months? And if this, sometimes you realize, okay, if it really, would it really? Ask yourself, would it really be important one year, next year? And I realize,
I love that.
oh, probably not. And then
I love that. Yeah.
Make the elephant to a mouse.
So. That is so, you've put that there so amazingly, and I love that. So if you just ask yourself that question, would this situation or whatever you're going through would matter this time next year or next year, like in a few months, would you be worried about this? And yeah, in most cases, no, because we've gone through ups and downs, and we're not thinking of those downs anymore, are we? So it's gone. So it's a moment that you are just there, and it's just reminded me of what I love to say to everybody, and especially my clients as well, when they are going through some challenging moments. It's just for now. It's not forever. So don't worry about it. That it's not happening for you now because you thought it will happen, whatever that is. So I'm just using a big example here. So I'm making it big and so open-ended for everybody. But it's just for now. So you think of it, whatever that is, it's just for now. And work out what will help me now from this situation to continue. So it's an example there of like, if you're going for a meeting, very important meeting, and your car suddenly has a flat tire, what would you do? For in my case, I don't know how to change the tire. So let's say if you don't know how to change the tire, what would you do? Would you now kick the car and start talking about it? Oh, I can't make it to the thing. Would you make a phone call saying I can't make it, but it's very important, so you need to be there because it will change your life? What would you do? It's just for now. It won't matter tomorrow. It is just for now. You maybe call an Uber, call someone, leave the car, call someone to come to your car and fix it, whilst you carry on going to your meeting, right? It just depends on what. So you start thinking of solutions at that moment, and rather than the actual challenge that you have at that moment, it's just an obstacle, and you just have to overcome it. And that's what it is, just for now. And then we continue to going forward. Thank you very much, Elke, for this wonderful, wonderful journey of yours, for this amazing stories that you just shared with us as well. But before we wrap this up, I would love you to share something with the audience that you would love to say as a wrap-up comment for this episode. What would that be that you would love to share for everybody to know?
As a wrap-up, you got this. So whatever happens, you got this. I think this is really the message, because we get the challenges that we can really deal with. And if you are in a situation where you think, okay, am I really able? You are able, and you got this. And you shared your just for now, which I really, really love this vision. It's really wonderful. And let me add one that I love to say to my clients to motivate them. Just do it only for today. It's only for today. I love this combination of just for now and only for today, because it's only for today. So that's a great part of motivation too. So I really want to encourage you, whatever challenge you go through, whatever you want to reach, go for it. You got this, and keep going. We are here to see you shine. This is why Vision invited me to his podcast, because we want to see you shine. Keep going.
That is so greatly put out there, and I don't think even I could have put it that amazingly. So thank you very much, Elke, for such an amazing episode. There's lots of inspiration in there. So anybody who's been watching us live on Instagram from beginning, thank you very much. And somebody or people who've just joined, I recommend to rewind the episode. It will be left on IGTV. In a few months' time, it will go on to podcast, and it will be available to all the podcasts platforms that are available. So today is December 13, 2022. And so just in case, because it will be in the 2023, this episode will be launched in the podcast version for people watching. Even if you're listening to this later in the year, Elke is still available and for memberships and everything. So go and get your success. You know, we are the only blockers for ourselves. So don't think about it twice. If you have that inspiration to start something, or you're thinking, yes, this is the person for me, I will say, yes, go for it. That is the person. Don't think twice. Follow the compass if it is telling you to do it. So as Elke followed her compass for that red sand to begin with, she didn't know what that place was, right? And compass said, go and check it out. You went. And that's what everybody's compass says to you. So if you're having that compass calling you to do something, just go and do it, and you got this. I love that you shared that as well. You got this. Everybody else, if you found a inspiration or a spark in this episode, it's your duty, it's our duty now to share this with somebody else. Tag that person that came in your mind, or if you think that somebody else should enjoy this episode or get the inspiration same as what you received, just share the episode. And that's what our job is, to expand onto that sparks with others, because all it needs is that spark for everybody to get started, get the engine going, turn that light on. You know, the light turns on with a spark as well. Behind that switch is a spark happening, so that turns on the light. So we don't know who's just woken up or gone to bed thinking of a better day, and you sharing this episode with them might just get them going as well, just like it's got you going. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next Tuesday. And Elke, thank you very much yourself as well for such an amazing, inspirational episode.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.